This game's the...
They say you're in good with the guild. You're allowed into the back rooms where Sweet Poison Lynn runs her shop, aren't you? I know you have a brilliant career to attend to here, but I have a favor to ask of you if you can spare a moment. I know you're allowed to go freely into the back room past Kui's office. Would you carry a message to someone in there for me? There's a merchant in the back named Sweet Poison Lynn. She has connections with the guild, the real authorities in this place. I want to expand my operation, but without the guild's approval and protection, I can only take very small bets. If I made any larger transactions, they'd be quite upset. I spoke to some of the lesser guild members, and there's a set fee that must be paid to Sweet Poison Lynn. It took me some time to save up the silver, but I have the fee. I just can't get back there to talk to Lynn and pay her directly. If you could go in there and pay her on my behalf, I'd happily repay you. I would never do that. I'd be shut down or worse in a heartbeat. And there's too many people who'd happily report the infraction to Sweet Poison Lynn. The guild rewards those who can prove that people in my position aren't playing by their rules. A richer game with higher bets, of course. I'm sorry I can't offer you more, but you must admit this is a small favor. My thanks. I'm sure Sweet Poison Lynn knows about my interest. I've been angling this deal for a while. You should run back there now. The sooner you go, the sooner we can up the antes.
What do you need from me? Dao Shen? He has angled for a long time for our permission to run a larger game. He's honest to a fault, but he still pulls in a fair bit of cash. I was wondering if he'd be resourceful enough. One of my associates has already told him of the cost involved. Are you here to deliver his payment? His payment? Good. Give it to me, and I'll send someone to go discuss the new terms of his operation. Now, back to our business, yes? I'll be here when you need more of my goods.
Before you say a thing, I had a visit from one of Sweet Poison Lynn's contacts. Fantastic news! I can up the bets! Now you can wager 10 or 25 silver on each roll. This is perfect! And I have you to thank. Thank you again for paying the fee from your own silver. Here's your repayment and a little extra for your time. Now that we can play for larger bets, let's say we set up a game. Thanks again for all your help. Be seeing you around, I hope.
So, things are looking up. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins. With the recommendation of the Executioner, the others will welcome you as a recruit. You can slip into the very heart of their lair.
I can't agree with this. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't know the danger they represent.
Really? What did you see while hiding in your swamp? I've observed Death's Hand for years, both in the palace and elsewhere.
You could have 4 faces and a different name and wardrobe for each, and you still wouldn't understand. Death's Hand is not what he seems.
Then what, pray tell, is he?
I don't know. But his power does not come from study or skill. He is something darker, and we should not be trying to enter his lair.
It sounds like Sagacious Zoo wants to go back into hiding. Or perhaps the nursery? Pay no attention, not everyone is as weak as he is.
You don't know what they are capable of.
The matter is settled. Go sulk in the corner like you're accustomed to doing.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassins so this accursed woman will help us find Master Li?
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I see how the child left her little village. She has some spirit in her after all. But I'm sure you can appease her. You've already gained the recommendation of the Lotus Assassin Executioner. You could also seek out the Inquisitor and gain his recommendation as well, but the path to the Lotus Assassin Fortress is ready for you now.
And after we find the evidence against Death's Hand, you will take us to the palace to find Master Li?
I promise, little Dawn Star. After we get what I want from the Lotus Assassins, the palace is the first place we will go. You have permission, so there won't be any trouble entering. It's only after we have the evidence against Death's Hand that they might notice something is wrong.
It would still be good to get some information first. Sagacious Zoo might know something. We should ask him. Where is he?
Well, you should be more careful of who you trust. That is true. I wouldn't trust any of the ragged homeless you have collected. No offense meant to those of you who are actually homeless, Dawn Star. If Sagacious Zoo has gone to warn the Lotus Assassins, you need to move quick. If he's just run off, he is no longer our concern.
Zoo would not turn on us.
The Lotus Assassin Fortress is in the far end of the necropolis. They shouldn't give you any trouble. Just appear confident as you enter. That is your decision. I suppose it doesn't hurt to make certain they trust you, but you should not take too long. Sagacious Zoo's actions are troubling. The Inquisitor will have some task that needs addressing, I'm sure. Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden is the contact. The Lotus Assassin Fortress is dangerous, but we have no other choice if we are to prove Death's Hand as a traitor. I chose you because I knew you could handle this. After you get what I need, I will take you to the palace. You must go to the Lotus Assassin Fortress like we agreed. Find the evidence. Did you like it? I thought you might want a little assistance. Consider it a small token of my favor. I thank you for your courtesy. One always likes to hear when one's gifts are appreciated. It is difficult for one of my rank to give gifts, even one so simple as what I gave you. A princess is not normally allowed to show favorites. Better that I give it away before Death's Hand carts it off. He has been quite brazen. Besides, it was mine by birthright to do with as I wish. Must I always be dictated to by tradition, despite my respect for it? Sometimes I want what everyone else has, to be myself. Generosity is part of my character from time to time as well. It is more than most men will show for you. You are polite at least. Too many men just take what they can while they can. Perhaps we women are more civilized. But the price I may pay for helping you could be greater still. I am destined for the throne, destined to rule the Empire after my father, but that will be meaningless if Death's Hand keeps his hold on my father's mind. I fear one day he may try to interfere with the imperial succession. Or perhaps convince my father that he should be emperor by marriage. Indeed, we cannot. I would bite my own tongue before ever allowing that man to touch me. I'm sorry, I've ruined the mood. We should continue our talk another time. First, we must expose Death's Hand, reveal his treachery and manipulation. Anything is better than waiting around in the camp.
Irkana, Umnika Surir Kwana no Kasa Iriro. Niato no Napadi Irovir, Uni Ugnawata Ir. Sa Ir Yagoak, Coconato Siri Panonenico. Oxosa Sarano Fugno, de Ni Ugni Akoanir Raponi. Irkana, Umnika Surir Kwana no Kasa Iriro. Sata Tawi Ir, Wonawa Fukuno Sukut Nia Awafawa Ir Sutuk. Wowo Sun Pununok, Yapapap Nasia Wir Sair Wooth. Usair Coconato, Tanatnia, Katanano. Shafatoyo, Coconato Siri Panonenico. Niato no Napadi Irovir, Kuni Ugnawata Ir. Wuno will na no ba irsu, Isanayo, Kunir Fuk no Sunkud Nano Wana Napir. Sata Tawi Ir, Wonawa Fukuno Sukut Nia Awafawa Ir Sutuk. Wuno will na no ba irsu, Isanayo, Kunir Fuk no Sunkud Nano Wana Napir. Uno Ir Wufubso was a Wushin, Wokiwasa Yersu Sukuyo ni Uksa Irsawa. Ipanar nuko iwa ir nikasanarir iruru ni nuasa irkana. Wuno wir na no ba Yersu. Isana yuyo ko nirfuk no sankud na no wana napir. Ikirnik tine piru wo iferek uksun puno. Usair kokonato tanatnia katanano shafatoyo kokonato sir ipanoneniko. Niato nonapadi irovir kuni uknawata ir. Usair kokonato tanatnia katanano shafatoyo kokonato sir.
You know, far be it from me to presume, but I have an idea of how we might be able to solve this problem. My glorious wife's third cousin is a minor official in the Ministry of Harmony. I know a little something of the way Judge Fang conducts his business. All of Fang's ministers bring him an honor gift when they go to see him, an offering given as a sign of respect, a bribe, some might call it. If we replace Sheng's honor gift with something insulting, rare turtle eggs, for example, Fang would be so outraged he'd refuse to even listen to Sheng's report. It's true, a gift of turtle eggs would be as insulting as a box of manure. Even more so because they are so difficult to track down, whereas manure is somewhat common. I admit there are still some details yet to be worked out, but acquiring the eggs is easy. I have some here that you can simply have.
You have turtle eggs here after just saying they are very rare?
Well, I was saving them for my coming anniversary. You buy early if you want them to be right. It doesn't really matter, does it? There are more daunting problems to consider. For example, how will you sneak past Sheng's guards to make the switch?
We should just kill Sheng. Nice and simple. Kill his guards, too.
Would you want us to kill Fang and his guards too? Slaughter everyone? Not only does it seem excessive, but I don't think that's how Inquisitors operate. Maybe we should investigate Fang in the arena first. We might be able to stop him from getting that report without hurting Sheng, or anyone else. It's up to you how we handle this, but remember that the Inquisitors aren't just thugs, they're more subtle.
I can't sell upgrade. What? Oh, you're the one with the flyer, aren't you? Forgive my impertinence, but do you own that flyer, perhaps? I am Hingu, a mechanic and a businessman. I supply upgrades to people fortunate enough to have flyers. However, I have had some trouble attaining parts of late. My previous associate went on a trip to retrieve valuable parts and never returned. I need someone brave, someone who is a capable pilot. The missions I have are dangerous, but the rewards are worth it. I will pay you good silver, and I can sell you parts for your flyer to make it better.
What? Make it better? This is the finest ship of its kind. I should know. I made it. You're just a fix-it man. What would you know about ships?
I have been working on flyers since they first started appearing in the Empire. I take these rickety contraptions and make them into something amazing.
Rickety? There has never been a flyer more solid than the marvelous dragonfly. Rickety? Your wits are the only thing rickety around here.
I have some supplies in the North Provinces that I need to pick up immediately. We've had trouble with bandits up there, so it might be tricky. If you could bring me those supplies, I have the parts necessary to upgrade your flyer. What do you say? But, I see. Well, if you change your... Have you... Very good. Here's your wind map. It'll show you where to go. I'll also pay extra if you get rid of those bandits plaguing the area.
Another impact and we start losing pieces. Abandon the fight. Careful now, you'll dent something. Whoa, that was close. We need to end this. Careful now, you'll dent something. Okay, another impact and we start losing pieces. Abandon the fight. We have to get out of the fight. You're scuffing the finish. More dodging, less catching. Interesting strategy. Now try winning. We have to get out of the fight. You're scuffing the finish. Interesting strategy. Now try winning. Careful now, you'll dent something. We can't take much more of this. That's it! We have to get out of the fight. You're scuffing the finish. Careful now, you'll dent something. Okay, another impact and we start losing pieces. Abandon the fight. Interesting strategy. Now try winning. Interesting strategy. Now try winning. Okay, another impact and we start losing pieces. Abandon the fight. What you're doing. Whoa, that was close. We need to end this. Don't let them adjust. I just finished this thing. Okay, another impact and we start losing pieces. Abandon the fight.
Always a pleasure to see you again. What can I do for the Imperial Champion?
You have returned, and in one piece, I see. Not bad. You brought back the supplies and you took out a few bandits on your way. You can have a little bit extra for that. There were some great flyer parts among those supplies. Would you like to have a look at them? Or if you'd prefer, I could tell you about another mission I have for you. Yes, of course. I have some very interesting items now. So, would you like to hear about the mission I have for you? Excellent. I am most pleased. The prefect of Shandang County will be glad to hear he has an escort. His ships have taken a heavy toll lately. There are many raiders between here and the prefect's home, and his ship is intended more for luxury and less for war. Get the prefect home safely, and I will reward you well. The prefect has also told me to offer you extra silver for destroying as many of the raiders as you can. The prefect is anxious to be going. Here's your wind map, and remember, protect the prefect's flyer at all costs. Excellent work. The prefect is happy to be home, safe, no doubt. I see you were able to dispatch a few of the raiders on your way. I'll top up your payment a little for that. Would you like to see some of my upgrades? Or could I interest you in doing another mission for me? So, would you like to hear about the mission I have for you? Or did you want to have a look at the flyer parts again? I have received word that my associate is alive, if not well. He was shot down by Imperial flyers while retrieving some sensitive information. Fly to the destination on the wind map and destroy anyone who attacks you. Drop off these parts so my associate can repair his ship and return. The area you will be flying into is private land, and by right only the Emperor's servants are allowed entrance. But there is a truth there that must be uncovered. Be careful. These Imperial flyers are extremely dangerous. Good luck. You've done it. Chang, my associate, is on his way back. Here, I owe you this and more. I regret I have no more missions for you, but I'm always here if you require upgrades for your flyer. Thank you again. Of course. Thank you for your help. Come and see me if you're interested in more of the same. Good fortune to you.
Woufna akna ir yakowak ni rui kuparfita.
Please, Purveyor, don't send me in there. I'm scared those things will see me before I can get into the cave. Please, don't make me do it.
Wernurk apayir. Wanurk kanir. Ni usota. Mo-wogirika titarir koni of atarir.
No! I will go. Please don't hurt my mother. I'll get the artifact for you. I promise.
Siir sukut af kniwo kup kipsitir sunurk.
The city can be a harsh place for children, but we don't have time to help them all.
What do you want? You're working for Purveyor Shuji, aren't you? Please don't tell him I haven't gone yet. I'm going now, even though it will probably get me killed. I'm sorry. I'm just a little upset. I'm Jinlin. Is there something you want? Thanks, but I need to find a way to kill spirits. Purveyor Shuji wants me to fetch an artifact from an emperor's tomb in the necropolis, but it's filled with ghosts. The Purveyor's... He threatened to sell my mom to slave traders if I don't get this artifact. I don't know what to do. I can't fight ghosts. Sure. What do you want to know? My father worked for Purveyor Shuji until he died. He left last week to retrieve the same artifact for the Purveyor. The ghosts must have killed him. When my father disappeared, he had some of the Purveyor's equipment. Now Purveyor Shuji says we must repay him. My mother works for him, but I don't know where he's taken her, and I have to sneak around ghosts and other beasts to fetch the Purveyor's trinkets and baubles. I only know what Shuji told me, and that's not much. He called it a pestle and mortar. It's a bowl and a mixer, I think. He said it had something to do with a recipe. I don't know if you use it to make something, or if the recipe is in the bowl already. Anyway, the Purveyor is very interested in it. I've never seen him so anxious. Purveyor doesn't do that kind of work. He likes to get other people to do it for him. Besides, the tomb is locked from the inside, but there's a small opening. He says I'm small enough to fit through the crack in the wall. I don't mind that as much as the ghosts. The tomb is filled with them. Once I'm in, I'll just be killed. Really? It would be very dangerous, and I don't have anything to give you in return. Are you sure you want to do this? Thank you. You are very kind. My father would have liked you, I think. He was brave like you are. The tomb is over in the necropolis. The door is locked, but I can sneak inside and open it. I just have to be careful not to alert the ghosts. If you really think you can get rid of the ghosts, I'll head over to the tomb and wait for you there. Great! I'll wait by the steps of the Emperor's tomb. I'm sure you'll find it easily enough. See you soon, I hope.
This will... Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You could help me! You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place. Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play! I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, you have Now, I suppose. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way. The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten. Once you change this scene, you change the very soul of the production. It's hardly my play at all if they perform it their way. They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece. A like-minded island amidst a sea of dolts. Oh dear, that was a poor metaphor. The point stands, regardless. I'm certain the Lotus Assassins would blame me for the satire. Of course I would pay you. In fact, I'd match... well, this is odd. It's just that there's no going rate for female actors or whatever you'd be called. It's unheard of. Of course there are, though I'm not supposed to know it. The entire establishment turns a blind eye to them. They deserve that much respect. I hear the bosom binding, pants stuffing, and whatnot is a far cry from comfortable. The irony is that many of them get cast as female roles. Fresh faces, you see, leaving us with a woman playing a woman through 4 layers of costume. Most unsightly. I myself have pushed long and hard for realism. Verisimilitude is the word they're throwing out these days. And what better way to avoid all that unnecessary shirt stuffing? Alas, tradition often becomes a barrier blackened by short-sightedness that is not easily overcome. I need that fire and that passion. That's what I need. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part. I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the, original way. You have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers. If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines. That will be a bit tricky, I admit. Certainly breaking with tradition, but if you tell them that you're already in makeup, they'll, gloss things over. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Oh, they will. It's a role practically suited to one of your stature. It'll come to you as easily as pleasant scents on a spring wind. Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy reads properly, not like that edited pile of dung. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever, so step quickly to it. Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script. Now, good... No, you're about to perform, so I shan't jinx it. Get to it!
Excuse me. You're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor. You? You're the replacement? By the starry river, that is the best makeup job I've ever seen. We'll barely have to touch you up to play Lady 14 Flowers. And let me just say, your costume makes everything look very, authentic. Yes, well, good job. Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here? Let me see that. No! This is all wrong. They sent you with the old script. Bloody Actors Guild is staffing itself with water buffaloes, I tell you. Here, have it back. The script's recently been revised, so even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the changes before you head on stage. Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. Ruin your scene and you get nothing, just like normal. Understand? Just get at least half the lines correct, and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you've got it, and we'll get you into final costume and onto the stage. Have you read the script? Do you feel one with Lady 14 Flowers yet? That's the spirit! Let's get you into the back and costumed up, Lady 14 Flowers.
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us. All the scattered kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire. To the east, sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves, and lo, to the west he found enlightenment among the hills of the 6 holy scrolls. But what word from the wastes of the horse lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flowers. We can only hope she brings word. My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today? Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the horse lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the Empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached? Of course, for the Flower Guardians seek always to cloud the Emperor's thoughts. But our most exalted Emperor saw through them, I'm sure. We can only hope that the Emperors of the future will know better than to trust flowers plucked by the hand of death itself. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north? Surely you mean the far edge. The Horse Lord camp's broken behind him. There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. with such a chill in the air? Was this some time ago? I have heard such stories. A land where even the houses are made of snow, and the moose and beaver run wild. The horse lords are said to ingest copious amounts of an extremely sugary, creamy form of tea. I understand it keeps their strength up. Barbarous. Indeed, I suspect that the true story lies in how far north the Emperor's reach is spread. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great Emperor turned to? The heavens had turned to him? These words, are they riddles? Wait, what word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The horse lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady? A celestial event, most auspicious. And so, our most noble emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the horse lords and stretch the empire to the ends of the earth, but we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for bringing this news to us. I shall inform the court immediately.
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. The informant will suffer for a lifetime.
You there, Lady 14 Flowers. That was pretty solid. It's too bad you couldn't hit it perfectly, but it will do.
You continue to surprise me. I wouldn't have thought you the aspiring actor.
That was a curious interpretation of your role. It lacked some of the punch we've come to expect from the great lady. Ah well, what's done is done. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. Enjoy. I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a solid Lady 14 Flowers on hand. Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. They're never positive about anything. Oh well, no harm done, I'm sure. The performance wouldn't have gone on without you, professional actor or not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things I must attend to.
had your, moment, did you? I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking. Someone goes for me. She is very kind to do that. I heard how it went. I can't believe that performance. Disgraceful. Had you followed the original script, it would have been a masterpiece. But you mangled it. Clearly, an actor would have had no trouble with that script. In fact, anyone with any culture would have already known it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I know my own work, and I'd have let that performance slide had you flubbed only one of the important lines. But that was terrible. The worst part is that the commoners loved it. I'm sure it'll run for many turnings of the moon as their boorish faces laugh and laugh. It'll make vast amounts of silver, each coin falling like a weight upon my heart.
Focusing one's thoughts I'm sorry, I can't speak with you now. It would be unwise for me to associate with someone of your affiliations.
A triumph all around. This Outlander cannot ignore how complete your victory.
You have secured a great victory for the...
The contest is over. The contest is over, and you...
A well-fought victory against that Outlander buffoon. You showed that he could not best us in battle, mentally or physically. We are all in your debt, but the Ministry of Culture is particularly so. Please take this token sum of silver as payment. You certainly earned it. I control a very limited treasury. To give any more would call attention to what has happened here. A very good point. Here, take this. I should know not to barter with a master debater. Do you disagree? I've never seen such a cunning linguist. It is money well spent. Compensation because my own diction came up short.